Hello, my name is Fergus Timmins. I'm the course coordinator of Home-Based Care, Home-Based Education. We're now on to topic 8, safety at home. And in this short presentation, we're going to look at how we can promote safety at home. And the best way really is to prevent, adapt and minimize. So we're going to look at those issues in the next slides. So we saw earlier in the topic that you identified some hazards in your caring environment, and the best way to minimize those risks is to adapt and to prevent them from happening. So let's look at some topics and some areas that we can apply those strategies. It's very important in terms of lighting that your environment, your home place, is bright enough for the person to see clearly, and also that the lights aren't shining directly onto them. So subtle lighting sometimes, but also bright light and maybe as much natural light as possible so that they can find their way around safely and easily. Leave on a night light to assist the person with dementia going to the bathroom. So that's always a good idea to maintain night lights. Heating. As we get older, we feel cold more, particularly if we're less active. So if you're looking after somebody who's getting on in years, it's important that you keep the house warm. Even though it might be too warm for yourself, it's likely that this will suit the older person. And of course, as you know, we can use timers on central heating, and they can be helpful if memory is impaired. So you can preset your heating to come on at certain times for the person if they cannot do that themselves. Another aspect of safety in the home is the storing of medicines, and to make sure that we store medicines safely. So make sure that they are kept out of reach and maybe in locked cupboards so that there's no confusion and no likelihood of the person taking harmful medicines. If the person is unable to take their own medication, you've got to make arrangements to alternative arrangements for somebody else to give them that medicine. That's really important. Ensure poisonous substances are locked away. Also items that may be mistaken for food. So, you know, if there's gardening equipment, weed killer or other items, make sure they're locked away and carefully stored. Same with something like bleach in the kitchen. Safety in the bedroom is important. Make sure you remove hazardous furniture like rugs. Again, make sure that the lighting is adequate, and you can get alarms on mattresses if the person is moving around at night. So you can get an alarm fitted to a mattress to alert you that they have moved from the bed, because as dementia progresses, there is a likelihood that the person that you're caring for might wander. And people, of course, can get up in the middle of the night, and maybe this would apply if you're caring for a parent. It is sometimes likely that they will wander, and you might like to get a night light or like an intercom system where you can hear movement in a different room from the one that you're in yourself. So there is a lot of issues around safety in the bedroom, making sure that the furniture is safe, there's nothing that somebody can trip on, that there's good lighting, that the room is warm, and that there is, if required, alarm to detect movement of the person that you're looking after. In the bathroom, it's really important that the bathrooms are safe, obviously. At some point, especially later on in dementia, you might need to make adaptations. So you've seen in some of the earlier videos about grab rails and handrails and shower chairs. They're really important in showering and bathing, and to make sure that the floor isn't slippy, so minimizing the risk of slipping. You might be able to get some help and support from physiotherapists or occupational therapists on the finer details of making adaptations in your bathroom, or indeed in the rest of your house. The other issue here is mirrors. Especially in later stage dementia, mirrors can become an issue for some people in terms of them seeing their own image and being confused by that. So that's something that you might like to think about, especially in the later stages of dementia. Safety in the kitchen is important as well. It's important that if you haven't done so already, you install a fire or carbon monoxide alarm. Make sure that you remove spoiled food from the fridge so that the person doesn't eat it and become ill. You can install safety knobs and switches on cupboard doors, for example, to make sure that people can't, the person that you're caring for can't open a cupboard door and bang their head on that door if it's at a height. As we said, lock away dangerous items, and you may have to think about auto switching off cookers, either the electric cooker, switching it off at the wall or at the fuse box, or indeed a gas cooker, because it has been known that people with dementia can leave the gas switched on, and that can obviously cause some problems if there is ignition, or it can be dangerous in terms of odour as well. So it's really important that you look at that, and again, you can switch the gas off from outside if you're on bottled gas. So the key points: identify factors that impact on safety. So you've done that already in the earlier exercise, in the earlier forum. You've looked at safety issues in your own caring situation. And recognise how dementia affects safety in the home. So the loved one that you're caring for might lose their ability to communicate and to carry out basic activities, and in later stages they might begin to wander, and all these are issues, of course, for safety. Prevent, adapt and minimise. Carry out a regular review of your environment. As we know, dementia changes over time. It's a progressive condition, and it's important therefore that you also carry out reviews quite regularly, especially as dementia progresses, to make sure that your environment is still safe. Make those adjustments where necessary, and seek advice on supports and aids when required. Okay, that's it for this short presentation. Thanks very much for watching and listening.